Good morning. I thought I'd do a little demo this morning on how I add the beads to my projects. Some people have asked, so I'm going to give you a little insight on how easy that is. Okay, first of all, in order to use these little beads, you have to have a smaller eyed needle. So I like to use a hand applique needle. I know they have beading needles, but the beading needles are really long, and I just think that they just kind of get in my way. I don't like that long of a needle. So I just like using the hand applique needles only because the eye of that needle is so small that it will go through these tiny beads. So here's the thing I like to do with these. So if these are the beads I'm going to use, I'll pour some out in this little dish or a dish of a little bowl. The ones I want to use. They're easier to get out of the bowl than they are, and there's less chance of me spilling them too. Uh-oh. Well, the little gold one's hopped over in the wrong one, of course. All right, but that makes it a little easier so that I can just kind of stab them and go. Okay, something else that I've found that I like, when I'm on the road or wherever I'm at, I'm always needing a different color of thread for beads. Now, it seems like I will not have the color that I need. Well, Wonderfeel makes this awesome they're deco bobs. And they're all the colors that I need to do my beads. But they're 80 weight cottonized soft polyester, and I don't need them all, but that sure beats me carrying around all the different little thread colors in order to add beads to my projects. So what I've done here is I have a little bobbin case, and I just went in here, and my threads, we've been on the road, you can tell they've kind of unwound a little bit, but I'm going to pull out what color I need. Let's start out with the white beads. So I will pull out the white bobbin. Okay, set this aside. All right, now I'm just going to unwind it. Now I don't know if you've seen these before, but this is one of those things that I have to have. It is a needle threader, and in order to get it to the eye of that little tiny needle, rather than fight it, what I do is I use this it's made by Clover. All of these things are available on my website. So it has a thread cutter on it, and all I have to do then is place it in that slot, pull it tight, push the button, and it just threaded my needle. I don't know if you can see that. I'm hoping you can, but my needle just got threaded. Maybe you can see it on maybe something darker, but so there it is. So all I have to do now is pull that thread through, and I am ready to stitch. And to me, that's a whole lot easier than having to fight with it. If I don't just unthread it, trying to show y'all how I threaded it. But it's a whole lot easier than fighting with trying to get it threaded myself. As we say, the lick it, stick it method is a little harder to do in that little tiny eye. So I'm going to do what I call a little quilter's knot. And now I have the knot in my thread. Now all I need to do is, I'm going to do the white beads first. So I plan on putting the white beads in here. Oh, need my thimble. Always wear a thimble. Always got to have a thimble on. That's another trait from my grandmother. It's one of those handy things that my grandma taught me. So I'm going to pull up right where I want the bead to be. Oops. Getting everything hung. Of course, in the camera, that's what happens. Now it's very easy for me to go over here. Oops. It's very easy for me to go over here and just pick up a bead and slide it on. Okay? It's that easy. Then all I have to do is stitch down through it. Okay? And there's that little bead. Now I will go back and do another stitch. One stitch is just not enough. So I'll go right back in beside it again and pull it through. And I want to go back through the eye of it, and back down. So I usually take 2 stitches in my bead. I've got a thread. Now on camera, this always has to happen, doesn't it? Got a thread that's still there. I'll just pull one or the other. There you go. That pulled it tight. All right, probably got my thread too long. That's probably. So then what I like to do, and see the back of mine isn't very pretty, and that's okay. I don't expect anybody to see the back of it. I like to go ahead and take another stitch on the back side so that it will kind of lock that in. Now you could tie a knot at this point if that's what you want to do. That's okay if that's what you want to do, but I'm not going to do that because there's too many right there that I could go ahead and, there's 3 right here I could go ahead and knock out. So I'm going to go back in, come over here. See how easy that is to pick up? I didn't have to really pick it up. I just kind of ran it through the eye. Okay. Now stick it back down in the center. There we go. And then I'm going to come up here. All right. I'm going to go right back through the eye again. Or the eye, not the eye, but the center of the bead. And right back through the bottom one more time. All right. Now I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to take a couple little stitches. Just kind of secure that bead in there. All right. There it is. Now I'm going to the next one. It just happens to be right here. All right, and here we go. I'm going to go back to my little, this is actually for eggs. It is from the Pioneer Woman collection, and I love that. I love her stuff. I love her style, and I thought that is just perfect for me to hold beads, buttons, threads, and whatever in. So that's what I do. You set that by your chair and put everything you need in it, your chalk and everything. So back through the center of the bead again. Through the center one more time and back down to the bottom. Okay, make sure it looks right, it looks good. Now I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to, this time I'm going to tie a knot. So I'm going to take a stitch or two though to make sure that that's kind of locked in. All right, and then I'll just make a little French knot. Oops. I'm all fingers and thumbs. I'm all thumbs this morning. Make a little French knot, so to speak, or colonial knot. Boy, I'm just having issues all the way around this morning. All right, so anyway, that's how you add beadwork. Again, I do wear a thimble. I like these thimbles. They're deal thimbles. This is a size small, but they are rubber and they fit your finger no matter what shape your finger is. They fit your finger. You want it to fit tight so that it doesn't come off when you do this, because as you can see, your finger will shrink around it. You see the little ridge there, and it'll shrink around it. So you want to get it very tight. Again, this is on my website. This is a Clover needle threader. It'll fit larger needles too, but I use it when I do the smaller needles. These are the needles of my choice when I add beadwork. I just like them because they're smaller and they have that smaller eye to go through whatever size bead I'm doing. And this is the Wonderfeel Deco Bobbins. And it's got all the colors I need in order to add my beadwork on. Okay? So, and I keep it in a little bobbin case. It'll hold my thimble in there also. So all of these are available on my website. At calicopatchdesigns.com, and if you would like, you can go there, place an order, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We've got several different how-to videos on there, and we hope to have a lot more. So happy stitching and God bless.